This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Mapen police probing mob killing of Clarendon man. The Mapen police in Clarendon are probing the circumstances surrounding the mob killing of 31-year-old Ricardo Brown in the Mapen market on Saturday. According to police sources, Brown of Canaan Heights in the parish is believed to have assaulted a woman. He was subsequently confronted by a man said to be the woman's spouse. An altercation reportedly ensued between Brown and the man, during which Brown allegedly used a knife to inflict a stab wound to the man's shoulder. A brother of the injured man reportedly intervened and was also stabbed in the shoulder and the side by Brown. The news understands that Brown was subsequently mobbed and stabbed multiple times by irate citizens. He was taken to the Mapen hospital where he was pronounced dead. The two brothers are currently undergoing treatment. As at March 20 this year, a total of 11 has been killed in Clarendon. This is a 50% decline when compared with the 22 murders for the corresponding period last year. Wanted man Jaja killed in reported police shooting. A man who was wanted by investigators has been shot dead during a confrontation with the police in Grange Hill, Westmoreland. He has been identified as Carlos Grant, otherwise called Jaja. Grant was wanted for robbery and wounding with intent. The police say a 9mm pistol with 2 rounds was seized following the shooting on Saturday. 13-year-old student stabbed to death, uncle taken into custody. A 13-year-old student was stabbed to death in Clarendon Sunday morning, and his 22-year-old uncle has been taken into custody in relation to the incident. The incident happened in the Morant housing scheme in Clarendon. The deceased has been identified as Marian Hanniford, a student of Kellitz High School. The police reported that about 9:15 a.m., the teen was attacked and stabbed several times. The police were summoned and the teen was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said the uncle, who it is said is of unsound mind, was detained. He is presently in custody at the Crofts Hill police station. It is the third killing of a student since Monday. Drinking, gambling, smoking cost me my job and home. Andrew Drysdale admits that his drinking, gambling, and smoking problems cost him his job, followed by homelessness in December last year. Now, the 31-year-old is living in a cramped space near the bridge at Washington Boulevard and the Red Hills Road, St. Andrew. But he is determined to correct his mistakes, get a skill, and turn his life around, he says with optimism. Drysdale, who is from Erie Castle, St. Thomas, told the news last Friday that a friend got him a job opportunity for gardening in Kingston in 2019, and he rented a 1-bedroom dwelling to cut traveling costs. Me used to work and all did have a room when me did rent with my girlfriend too. Me used to come down a morning time from St. Thomas and go out back in the evening, and it did cost me too much, he explained. Drysdale said he earned $3,000 daily from his 3-day job, which would be used to pay his rent, buy food, satisfy his addictions, and treat his girlfriend. Noting that his boss was a frequent traveler, he said before he left the island on December 18 last year, he gave him $30,000 to purchase clothing and other necessities. But Drysdale confessed that he gave in to the addictions and his life took an ugly turn. Me turn and gamble it out. Me did a try me luck to see if me coulda win something, and me end up lose everything. And me call him and tell him everything, and him cuss me feet and say, "No care how me tell you to stop, you're not here," he said, adding that he lost his job. Without another stream of income to fall back on, Drysdale has been on the street since. These days he can be found crouched under a makeshift room out of cardboard, old cloth, sticks, and pieces of clothing. Really and truly, me no have nowhere else to stay, so me just have to go and stay here so, until me get little help. Me is not a thief, me is not a killer, me is not a rapist. What me have to do to survive is walk and beg something to eat from fast food restaurants. Sometimes me not even get nothing, and me still have to walk and search for bottles to sell and get something to eat, he said. Adding that he depends on a nearby fire hydrant for water, he said, "Me catch water down the road. Sometimes the fireman them come and use it and some water trickle out, so I use the bottles I have and fill it up and bathe." Sometimes even 3-4 days I don't even get to bed, but me still try my best to see if me can survive. Despite his current hardships, Drysdale says he is not giving up trying to find a job or learn a skill to improve his living conditions, but has no plans to move back to St. Thomas. The main thing me need is a job and a place to lay my head. If me could get the chance to learn a trade right now, that would be good. Any trade at all, furniture work, painting, electrical, any one of those, he said. Asked why he was not seeking help from his relatives, he said, "My mother died in 2019, and me don't know my father, and my mother last name me get. From me born I know myself, me never call a man daddy yet. Me rest of my family them can't help me because them poor too. Me have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Them have enough children and have to fend for themselves, and they don't have any permanent jobs." Drysdale told the news that he only did classes up to grade 9 at the Seaford High School, which resulted in him not possessing the necessary qualifications for a job. Just outside the space he calls home, he placed a placard reading, "Please, I am asking anyone who can help me to get a work or trade." Hoping to appeal to church-minded persons, Drysdale said he had learned a valuable lesson. "Right now, me da even baptized because things me used to do, me want to stop. Maybe if me did have somebody where lead me and encourage me, me would have stopped from a longer time." Social services to be used to woo youth away from crime. We are changing the need for young men to rely on criminal gang activities to feel empowered, says National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang. He said the government is taking a meaningful and targeted approach to reconnect with neglected youth in stigmatized communities using social services, including education and health care. Acknowledging that the level of criminal violence across the country is Jamaica's biggest and most significant social problem, which is impacting everyone, Chang said many young people, especially males who are feeling rejected and detached from the normal range of social services, are among those responsible for the mayhem. We have to ensure that individuals in these communities get quality education. Where those can't afford to get to these basic schools, we provide them with infant schools that have at least equal quality, that they begin to feel that we respect them and that they feel we're offering them equal opportunity and equity in a society, Chang said. We have to ensure the quality health care they get at a public health clinic is one where they don't have to pay a big fee and go to a private doctor to get quality health care, he said. He was speaking last Saturday at the official launch of the National Social Services Fair, where citizens were assisted in procuring social services, including from the St. James Public Health Services, Restorative Justice Unit, Community Security and the Safety Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Passport, Immigration and the Citizenship Agency, National Parenting Commission, and the National Council on Drug Abuse. The Social Services Fair, which is being rolled out across the island, is being held under the theme "Together We Serve You," a collaboration between the Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Education and Youth. The fair is designed to bring state-led social services to residents living in unplanned communities to reconnect with at-risk youth. This is the object of the government, to prevent individuals in communities where they are at risk to get caught in gangs, to get caught up in criminal activity, where their whole self-respect and identity is diminished by virtue of the environment. They turn to violence for power. We are changing that environment. We are not getting the kind of connection we need, the wide community, but we are going to persist across the island, the National Security Minister said. We have to convey to all our people, especially in the more difficult communities, that they are Jamaican citizens of equal stature, and we are going to offer them equity in this society as we build a society in which public order, public safety, and justice are available to all citizens, said Chang. Meanwhile, Dr. Michelle Pinnock, Regional Director for the Ministry of Education and Youth in Region 4, says the sector stands ready to continue working with all stakeholders in creating a positive impact so that students in the region are able to excel and become worthwhile citizens in their communities. Together, we will promote a better living for all Jamaican children. So undaunted, we press on. We are nurturers. We will overcome these times, but we have to do it together, said Pinnock. She noted that this National Social Services Fair is an example that this is humanly possible for stakeholders to work together to build a better society for all. Undaunted, we press on in building each student, who will build each school, and they will, in turn, build each community, and Jamaica land we love will be a better place for all of us, she added. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.